When we left off, the collector had just shot Farhan. Soigain rushes over to see Farhan has turned into a doll. Before he can get a clear answer as to how or why, he is also shot. Surprisingly, not with a bullet but with a strange creature instead. The collector says that she hopes Soigain appreciates her present. After struggling to take it off his face, the strange creature crawls inside his throat. After recovering, Soigain questions the collector, and she explains that the strange creature was a sausage dragon, and also a grave beast. She continues to say it's vital for him to have on his mission to save Rei. Surprised, he asks her for more information, to which she explains that Rei is being held hostage by the leader of totems, Temujin, at his castle. She continues saying not to trust anything he says but to use him instead. She claims that the sausage dragon will provide him with something necessary for his mission to save Rei once he gets inside the castle. Soigain, even more confused than before, asks why he should trust her over Temujin, to which she laughs. Telling her driver to go, she tells Soigain that it's the beginning of the end. On her way out, she yells to Soigain that sooner or later he and Temujin will meet. She pulls out her shotgun again and shoots the spy that had been watching them before she teleports out. Farhan then wakes up in her normal form. As Soigain checks on her, he informs her that someone has been watching them. We then see a mysterious man standing on the ledge the collector shot, with a talking owl on his shoulder. As Farhan used her ability, she compares his strength to that of Wild Wolf, or even stronger. After looking further, she realizes he is Kitakaze, one of the totems. Desperate for more information on Rei, Soigain rushes forward. As he does, Kitakaze asks his owl if he's sure he can't kill him right now, to which the owl says their only mission was intel, so they have to retreat. Before they can, Soigain rushes forward. Kitakaze, sensing the attack, turns to kick Soigain, but he easily teleports behind him. Curious, Kitakaze asks Soigain what move he just used to do so, to which his owl warns him to leave. Soigain continues to question him about Rei, to which he refuses to answer. Seeing conversation will go nowhere, Soigain attacks but is surprised to see him disappear in front of his eyes. He teleports back into the air, taunting Soigain. He continues to attack with intense speed, but right before he lands a huge blow on Soigain, Farhan blocks it. Surprised, Soigain asks why she did, to which she states that they're a party and it would be wrong to leave him stranded. After recovering, they prepare to battle, but before they can even formulate a plan, Kitakaze starts attacking at insane speeds. Both Soigain and Farhan were helpless as he was attacking too fast to even count how many times they had been hit. Luckily for them, a number appears on the back of their hand with a number 32. Confused on what magic might be attached to the number, Soigain prepares to attack again. As he does, he flies forward and Kitakaze slices him in half at the waist. Soigain, being a master of dodging at this point, uses Sha's ability and flies behind him. While he's about to plan his next move, he notices the number on his hand changed into a 33. Thinking it's impossible that he hit him, Soigain despawns out of the world. Now that Soigain is gone, Kitakaze launches his other sword at Farhan. Knowing now that she can't get hit again, she sets herself and blocks the attack. Much to her surprise, her hand also changes into a 33. The owl with Kitakaze laughs and tells her it doesn't matter if she blocked it. Once you get hit 33 times, you are forced logged out of the game. Shocked, Farhan is left helpless as she also despawns. Back at Soigain's room, he teleports out of Grave Buster with even more questions than before. He checks his eBay and finds out he can't sign back in for a full 24 hours. Soigain sees that Farhan also got kicked from the game, and he receives a phone call, to which he answers thinking it is Farhan. However, on the other line was a deep male voice who questioned if Farhan was Soigain's new girlfriend. He questions the man, but he deflects the questions and tells him he should listen if he intends on saving Rei, who cries out Soigain's name. Soigain realizes this is the person who kidnapped Rei. The mysterious man tells him that Rei simply needed him as protection, not that she is a hostage. Continuing, he states there is a festival being held on stage 18 for players who beat every level and a requirement for level 0 when it becomes open. He implies that level 0 needs to be cleared to save Rei. The man then says at the festival, Soigain will need to find Nishikaze. He abruptly hangs up, leaving Soigain alone with all of his questions. As he wonders what to do, he reminisces about being Gwyn, the lone wolf of Dungeon Century. He was once ranked as the top player, and wonders if he'll ever reach anything like it on Gravebuster. He spends the night with his cat, Wan Choi, and is woken up by him the next morning. He wonders what the commotion is, and he looks out of his window. He sees a girl getting swarmed by her adoring fans, all trying to get her number or social media. As he feels bad for the girl getting swarmed, she turns around and makes eye contact with him. She screams up to Soigain, asking when he was going to save her. The mob of boys, now aggravated at the fact Soigain knows her, starts throwing rocks at his window. Closing them quickly, he wonders how that girl knows him, to which Wan Choi meows. Suddenly capable of speaking cat language, he agrees with Wan Choi, saying it could possibly be Faran. Later on, Soigain is sitting at a lunch table, having a mild panic attack, wondering what to say to Faran. As he compares his life to his online persona, he is yelled at by the server. She explains that he's been sitting there for over an hour, and that he's only ordered water. She complains further that other students are waiting to be seated. Both Soigain and Faran look at the menu. Faran immediately starts ordering multiple dishes, leaving Soigain to wonder if her metabolism was a mystery to science. He suddenly remembers that although he is a billionaire in game, he is beyond poor in real life. He starts panicking on where the money for this lunch would come from as Faran continues ordering. Finally finished with Faran's massive order, the server let him know that the restaurant was a payment in advance, and handed him the bill. As he stalls the payment, the guys waiting from before interrupt Soigain. They claim he was about to pass the bill off to his date, and that he was trash. The other guys chime in and say that he was with Ray before, but since her dad died he decided to switch it up. The leader tells him to leave, and Faran tells them all to shut up, claiming no one will talk to her leader like that. She claims that he is worth over 100 million in Gravebuster. Not believing her at all, they tell Soigain to pay with all his Shinro coins, which is the name of Gravebuster currency. Amazed, Soigain takes out his Seibei and his payment clears, shocking the group. After reading his balance, the server is amazed to see all the zeros don't fit on the screen. Later on, Soigain is walking with Faran and also being followed by her admirers. One of them speaks up and says now that Ray is missing he got a new girl. Aggravated, Soigain replies that he will save her. Back at Soigain's room, Faran asks about Ray and if they were dating before. Soigain explains that Ray is trapped in Gravebuster, and he meant that he will save her. Cutting him off, Faran explains that they are a team, meaning they help one another. They proceed to log into Gravebuster, spawning into a stage that feels familiar to Soigain. Faran grabs his hand and explains that the festival is going on. She continues to explain once a level is defeated, the players can rebuild it into a player hub to gather. The festival is for the mythical stage 0, which people of all skill levels are able to join. As they walk, Soigain remembers the directions he received from totems, and Faran asks why he hasn't done more research. Realizing she's right, Soigain grabs his Seibei and is about to ask Twinstar for more information before she answers seductively. She continues to make this situation very awkward for Soigain, who tries to explain she's only a guide but to no avail. Thinking he's a pervert, Faran slaps him in the face. At the pub inside of Gravebuster, Soigain comments on Faran's ability to eat so much, and she shoots back at his choice meal, instant ramen. He proceeds to defend it as the ultimate fuel for poor students and gamers everywhere. As they eat, they hear conversation in the back about a new billion player. The crowd gets up and starts running over to Soigain, who thinks that they have figured it out. Right when he was going to explain he was a billion player, the crowd shoves him out of the way to the exit. They go outside to see a flock of birds dropping rings from the sky. The rings are actually transfer rings to stage 18, which was vital before going to stage 0. As they watch the players teleport away, Soigain and Faran consider the possibility that it may be a trap. Deciding they are ready either way, they both use the rings to go to stage 8. Elsewhere, we see the leader of Precious being informed that the players are arriving with the rings provided by them. He deems this as great, but reminds his followers of the guards in the level. Soigain and Faran spawn in a tower, watching other players join. Wondering how they will defeat the level, multiple Tomb Protector monsters jump out. Even by Soigain's standards, there were a lot of enemies, but their attention was drawn to the portal and throne where Dark Tiger was sitting. On the throne, Dark Tiger instructs his second-in-command, Bashida, to speed things up. Bashida happily agrees and fires up his move, Stallion Saber Centurion Buster. This move electrifies the ground and destroys all the monsters. Suddenly a rush of red liquid flows through the battle. The group on the ground realizes it isn't water but instead blood. In the blood spawns out the final boss Aslan. As they charge into battle, they soon realize the boss's ability to regenerate was unmatched. Soigain is amazed by its ability, and wonders how to defeat it. Suddenly from above flies in a mysterious purple-haired woman with an eye patch reading 18.